Shout out to the supporters of Tupac Was Lyrical. This video right here is me going back to my original format of breaking down a Tupac verse. And it was inspired by Kanye West. This is not necessarily a good thing or a bad thing, but it's something. And it stems from Kanye saying that when he made You Can't Tell Me Nothing, he was inspired by Hail Mary. And the part in there where he says, wait till I get my money right, he said that was taking, also that was a quote from Tupac. When Tupac said in Against All Odds, he said, don't go to war if I ain't got my money. Well, now I got my money, so now I want war. So this is exactly what Kanye is saying that he's doing. That he's going to war. And you got a lot of people out here who are saying Kanye's a genius. They're hanging on his every word. The major difference between Kanye and Tupac is like, wow. Not only did Tupac died 26 years ago, but Tupac would definitely tell his people to unite first. Unite. Before I get too deep in it, right this moment, let's check out this verse.
Now I was born as a rebel, making trouble for the devil. Take this gangbang shit to a whole nother level. Can you feel me now? Armies in every city, definition of power. Players, are you with me? See, the war is the prophecy, survival is the strategy. Rest in peace to my comrades that's deceased. Organize the streets in time, yeah, these devils petrified of a nigga in his right mind. They tell us that we hopeless and hellbound. It's for the brothers in penitentiary jail down. I got you in my heart till the day I die. Think of the damage we could do if we wasn't high. Can you picture me low? It's a thug's wrath. Political contracts and bloodbaths. From a Zulu Shakur up in the Rockies, though they got you. I never let them stop me. The struggle continues.
Now let's talk about that for a minute. Let's go back to the beginning of the verse. Tupac says, now, I was born as a rebel. Tupac was born a rebel, revolutionary, definitely born into the Black Panther family, organization. We all know this. Making trouble for the devil. Not necessarily, you know, just picking a fight or whatever, but the kind of trouble that Pac is talking about and that what the Black Panthers was talking about is the injustices that was going on. So to the enemy or the devil, you're labeled a troublemaker. And then he says, take this gangbang shit to a whole nother level. Now right there, he's definitely not talking about just regular gangbanging, just regular black on black violence amongst Bloods and Crips or whatever kind of gang people are in. That's not what he's saying. So when he says, take this gangbang shit to a whole nother level, can you feel me now? Armies in every city. Definition of power. Players, are you with me? So he wants, there goes the word, unite, without him even saying it. Unity is what it's going to take. And unity is something that we don't have at this present time. We don't have at this juncture. We're so divided on so many levels, it's ridiculous. So, but that's what he meant by take this gangbang shit to a whole nother level. Can you fear me now? Armies in every city. Now, this was 26 years ago when he said this, bro. 26 years ago. Are we doing that? Are we even anywhere near that? And then he says, see, the war is the prophecy. Survival is the strategy. Prophecy basically just meaning the prediction. It also looks like, you know, when you just look at the way the world is, you could just see that a war is inevitable. Just look at the wars that have taken place earlier this year. You could look at the war in the inner communities amongst our own people. There's a war constantly going on outside. I sound like Prodigy from Mobb Deep right now. There's a war going on outside. No man is safe from. You could run, but you can't hide forever. But the war is the prophecy. It's prediction. It's happening. It's happening. So when you get a person like Kanye West saying, like, you know, Tupac said, yo, don't go to war unless I got my money. Well, Kanye, he got his money. He got $1 billion or more. But the people that he's warring against have much more. And the people that he's warring against are united. Kanye, do you have a militia? Do you really have a group of people heavily armed? Do you have people that's willing to die for you? Are you a leader? Or are you a religious leader? Where is Kanye going to lead you if you're looking at him as a leader? If you're taking his words and you're saying he's a genius and you're saying he's correct and everything he's saying, a lot of things is religious. Kanye had mentioned, there was a point, Kanye had mentioned something about he's worth $11 billion and he's willing to sacrifice all his money for God. That's what he said. And then he ended his statement off in Jesus' name. You know, in the Bible, there was a guy who came up to Jesus and wanted to know, how can I be like you? And Jesus told him, like, yo, get rid of half your riches and follow me. And the person was like, nah, I can't do that. You know what I mean? Can Kanye really do that? Or is he just talking? Is he really ready for war? Is he really ready to sacrifice his life? And are people willing to follow him in this war that he's starting with these group of people? Let me continue. Rest in peace to my comrades that's deceased. Tupac is talking about all his comrades that was within the Black Panthers, those who were in the struggle, those who died fighting in the struggle, those who rebelled against the system, revolutionaries, the comrades that deceased, that are no longer here. Rest in peace. And then Tupac goes on to say, organize the streets in time. Organize the streets in time. This is something that we have to do. We have to organize. Kanye is just going on platform to platform to platform to platform. And the only reason why I'm mentioning Kanye's name, because he's mentioning Tupac. You're basically saying everything that you're saying that you're doing is because of Tupac's Hail Mary. You look at that, you look at Hail Mary as a prayer. And then you look at Tupac's quote, don't go to war unless you got your money. So you took that. I'm not saying Kanye taking that out of context, but what kind of war are you going? What kind of war are you starting, Kanye? What are you warring against? Are you a revolutionary? If you're a revolutionary, Malcolm X said revolutionary implies bloodshed. Tupac just said, to my comrades, rest in peace. Comrades meaning those who are down with the Black Panthers, those who are down with thug life, those who are down with the struggle. They died for that. Are you saying that you are willing to do the same? Are you one of those folks? Let's continue. You'll have these devils petrified of a nigga in his right mind. You'll have these devils petrified of a nigga in his right mind. In his right mind. A lot of us think Kanye is not in his right mind. A lot of us think this nigga crazy. A lot of us, me personally, I think the brother is very real contradictory. Full of contradictions. I don't trust his word. I don't trust his movements. I don't trust nothing he says. Although I agree with some of the things he may say, and I try to just pay attention to the message and not the messenger. But then I also concern myself with, is this messenger truly giving out a message, or will he later on be contradictive like he has been in the past? So you'll have the devils petrified of a nigga in his right mind. Tupac was in his right mind, particularly at one point in time, until he was accused of rape, until he was shot up, until he went to prison, until he seen just people just turn against him. And then he came out paranoid. Then he came out feeling like this and feeling like that. So then he was just conflicted. Then he wanted to do the right thing, like with the one nation. But there was a lot of conflict going on. There's turmoil, there's loyalty, there's family, there's still dealing with this world. There was just so much Pac was just dealing with. But he was trying to get to his right mind. I'm not sure Kanye is one of those brothers trying to get to his right mind. Just based on the things that Kanye does. Kanye just recently did a video talking about the heterosexual or the white straight man can't complain. He can't say nothing, this, that, and the third. And Kanye said he's gonna be one of those straight white men. And what he means is he's gonna be in power. This is what I'm saying. I don't like his rhetoric. I don't like the things that he says. I don't really agree with that. I get where he was coming from, but it's just like, I don't know what, like, bro. I'm not even trying to comprehend this dude. But like I said, the only point I'm making is like, yo, when you using Tupac name, that's good that you keeping the spirit of Tupac alive and you letting people know. But don't try to take Tupac's word and glue it to your ego and make it work for you. Don't go to war unless I got my money, but now I got my money and now I want war. Again, I ask, what kind of war, Kanye? What kind of war do you want? Black people, what kind of war? What kind of people are you trying to get together? You're a religious man. You're a religious man. Are you for humanity? Are you for black people? Who are you for? You got money for that. Some people that follow you don't have money. At least they don't have the kind of money you got. And when Tupac said, don't go to war unless I got my money, he was speaking for himself at that time. It is a good message. But at that time, it was for him. It pertained to him. He had other messages out there that we could take heed to, but that one in particular pertained to him. For what he was going, and Puff Daddy is the one that told him, like, yo, don't go to war. Puff Daddy the one that originally said it. And Tupac responded like, yeah, you right. You said don't go to war unless I got my money. Well, nigga, now I got my money and now I want war. There was a Pacific type of war that Tupac was saying. And again, going back, was Tupac in his right mind? Tupac was going through a whole bunch of shit. So much shit that he was struggling to get to his right mind, to get to his right mind. The struggle continues, right? They tell us that we hopeless and hellbound. Now, this right here is a difficult sentence for me to decipher. Because, they tell us that we hopeless and hellbound. I'm not too sure who Pac was referring to when he said they. Maybe he's still talking about the devils. But in Keep Your Head Up, Tupac said, and the truth is, there ain't no hope for the future. So Tupac was saying to us 29 years ago in the song Keep Your Head Up that it was hopeless. He said it in the song, I seen the future and it's hopeless. This is 29 years later, and the way I look at it, it looks hopeless. It feels hopeless. So when he said he hopeless and hellbound, Tupac said, they say that I'm hellbound. Well, hell can't be worse than this because I'm in hell now. This world to me feels evil. Free will is one of the most dangerous things of all living things. Free will. Think about what free will can do. Right now, I'm sitting inside a fucking car that's not bulletproof. I don't have the money. You constantly see me looking around. I live in the hood. If somebody wanted to, they got the free will to come do what they want to do. I don't want that to happen, but that's the kind of world we live in. That feels like hell to me. I got to be extra careful when I'm out there. This can get deep. Yo, let me know one day if anybody wants to go live. Because it's hard for me to talk to a phone. Right now I'm talking to a phone. And eventually, those who are watching this video, you are hearing my words. But I love being in conversation. That's why if you see how I communicate with you in the comment section, I'm way different. Now, if we was, face to face or somewhere on the live stream and you ask me a question, you're going to get a different side of me. I'm a very deep individual. But just sitting here, just trying to think of the right things to say to this video without hurting the channel that I'm trying to build, I got to be mindful of a lot of things, but I'd rather be in the conversation with people. So let me know if y'all want to go live one day. So to continue this, he said, they tell us that we hopeless and hellbound. It's for the brothers in penitentiaries jailed down. We keep going to jail over dumb shit. Some of us are, go to jail for systemic racism. It's a lot of bull crap, man. It's a lot of bull crap, bro. There's a lot of bull crap. I don't follow all Kanye shit to see if he's even talking about the stuff that I'm talking about in this one particular verse. So he says, he said to the brothers in the penitentiary, I got you in my heart until the day I die. Think of the damage we can do if we wasn't high. All we do is, smoke weed. I done seen Rastafarians tell me, or you could just look on YouTube and they tell you, yo, you ain't supposed to smoke weed. You ain't supposed to put no type of smoke in your lungs, in your body. Marijuana is a herb. If anything, you could put it in your food. You could sip it and drink it as a tea, and it would affect you better than you smoking it and doing damage to your body. And we out here thinking we healing ourselves, or we out here thinking that we in some other world. I used to think that because I used to smoke hella weed. I used to drink, not hard body, but when I go out to party, I used to drink that Bacardi. Yeah, I got bars. But yo, he said, just think of the... But he said, just think of the damage we can do if we wasn't high. Then he says, can you picture me? It's a thug's wrath. Political contracts and bloodbaths. It's a thug's wrath. It's a thug's anger. It's thug's madness. He's upset about this world, this society, of the shit that we got to deal with. We was born into a world where we got to struggle, where we got to fight for our rights, where we got to fight for humanity, where we got to fight for our sanity. That shit can drive anybody crazy, especially a human being. Living in a world where motherfuckers got free will, and I repeat, free will is one of the most dangerous things amongst all living things. Look at a deer, for instance. A deer can be out there chilling, eating grass or whatever, eating some berries and shit. They don't eat fucking meat. But then a lion or something will come across and just grab the little motherfucker and tear it up. It's nature. But yet and still, that's like the same type of shit of free will amongst us. And then he said, political contracts and bloodbaths. So making contracts with politicians and stuff like that in order to get certain political things in order to get things done politically. We're going to need that. We're going to need those type of political connections. Dr. Claude Anderson said we should be using our money to hire certain politicians to do what we got to do, but yet and still we vote for these lame ass motherfuckers who don't do nothing, who will tell you like, yo, if you don't vote for Biden, you ain't black. Kind of bullshit is that? That's some bullshit political shit, bro. That shit ain't helping us. Kamala Harris want to wear some Timberlands, or then she want to, say something about Tupac, or like, come on, man. So we got to have some real political contracts, more or less. And then bloodbaths. Bloodbaths. We know what that shit is. That's just war. That's just straight violence. And none of this shit don't fucking work out. The thugs' wrath, you know what I mean? Breach of these political contracts equals to bloodbaths. Basically, for Mutulu Shakur up in Rikers, though I got you, I never let them stop you. The struggle continues. Mutulu Shakur is still locked up. I remember back in 1998, I wrote Mutulu Shakur, and I felt real bad about this. What I'm about to tell you is because he has sent me some information about the code of thug life and stuff like that, and now you can get it easily on the internet. And I was young. I was smoking hella weed back then. I think I was just excited to be talking to Tupac's stepfather at the time. Mind you, this is 2 years after Pac's death. So I wrote Mutulu Shakur, and he wrote me back. And I was like, oh shit. A person who knows Tupac wrote me back. And Mutulu Shakur asked me once I read it, make some copies of that, but please send this paper back. I never did. I was an idiot back then. I was younger. I was in my late 20s. Just young and dumb, bro. I regret that. That's why I'm telling you that. If he ever sees this or anybody sees that, I apologize. But, the code of thug life is all out there on the internet now, and a lot of people know about it. But at one point in time, I was one of the fortunate ones to really have that in my hand. I don't even know what a letter is right now. You know what I mean? But shout out to Mutulu Shakur, man. You still got Mumia Abu Jamal in jail. And from what I understand, Mutulu Shakur ain't doing too good health-wise. Mumia Abu Jamal ain't doing too good health-wise. Like, a lot of our political prisoners ain't, doing too good. They still locked up on some bull crap, man. Like, yo, so Kanye, you talking about this war, my nigga? What kind of war you talking about, bro? What are you talking about, fam? Is this for you, just to sell your White Lives Matter t-shirt, your next album? Like, yeah, you got your money, now you ready for war. What kind of war, my nigga? That's what they need to ask you. Go on them right platforms. Right, I didn't say white. Go on them right platforms so some real niggas can ask you some real questions, man. You need to find out what you really about. Otherwise, don't mention Tupac's Don't mention Tupac's name, bro. Don't use him as leverage. Don't do that. Don't do that. You know what I mean? This is the final thing I'm going to say about that. It's just like, yo, when Tupac says, yo, listen to the real. Don't listen to the phony. And peep what they saying. You tell me if that shit is real.